welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly, also known as RowRow and Kades, and this episode is another Ravelry Russian Roulette. So a couple of weeks ago I did Ravelry Russian Roulette where I randomly select a pattern. I pick a pattern of something that I want to do. So the last time it was a cup cozy. And then I will randomly select one in Ravelry using the random number generator, and then knit it or crochet it. Last time I did a crocheted cup cozy, which was Ashley the Phoenix, and you all seem to really enjoy the episode and asked me to do more. So I am going to do more. I wasn't intending to do one so soon, but I've got a lot of things coming up over the next few weeks. I've got a couple of yarn reviews and I've got a yarn show coming up. So I thought what I would do was slot this one in, and then you don't have to wait so long for the next one, because I know you were all like wanting me to do another one quickly. So we're here, we've got another one. This time I decided I was going to do a headband. I'm still trying to start small. I will get bigger. I need to gear myself up. I think what I might do is get a vote going in my Patreon and see what they want me to search for. Although Carla from Sew Knit Create Repeat did say that I needed to search for a jumper knitted flat full colour work with cables. No, that's never happening. But we've got a headband. So this week I'm going to search for a headband. Now I am filming this after, so you're going to see a change of clothes. I was going to put them back on, and then I was like, oh, just like, what's the point? I just filmed the computer section of it on its own, and this is like me doing this after. So I know that I've done a headband basically, and then you will see what it looks like. So I hope you enjoy the episode. And yeah, have a go yourself, it's fun. So I'll see you in a bit. I think we just need to search headband. Right. So that's a lovely headband straight off the bat. So we want it. We need to search it by random order. And what did we do last time? So we don't need to, no, I will need to change so that it is the right size. Right, so we don't want machine knitting or loom knitting, so we're going to click on knitting and crochet. And then again, there's 1,797 that have been discontinued. So we need to make sure we don't fall on any of them. So we want free, purchase online, and Ravelry download. We don't want to wait for it to come in print, so we're not going to click those on. We definitely want a photo. Oh my god, there's so many. Right, accessibility, colourwork construction. Oh no, still there's 4 in mature content. I kind of want to know what they are. I might have to have a look at that. What are those for? Sock techniques. Why have you got 35 headbands in sock techniques? Okay, I'm going to click that. I just want to see what they are. Oh, so this one says boss bitch. Oh, right. They are swearing, and that one's nipples. I don't know what this one is. What is that? Oh, that's a picture of a dog. That does not look like a dog to me. I thought I was looking at knitting and I was really confused. Okay, so it is so it's a peachy bum and an avocado, an aubergine, also known as an eggplant. Okay, they were a bit disappointed. Right, I'm going to turn off that. Where's it gone? Turn off the mature content now. And just get everything back. Right, here we go. Age or size. That's normally at the top, so we want adult. I don't want any of these baby ones, see, coming up, so we want adult clicked on. I'm not bothered about gender. No. And I'm not going to select the yarn weight, but again, if it's something I haven't got, then I will have to re-spin the roulette or refire the gun, whichever way we're looking at this. I'm not going to put a yardage in. Is that all I need? Oh no, I need the language obviously, so I need universal or English. Right. Well, that's narrowed it down. So we've got 5,404 matches. And we're at random order. Okay, let's go. So we'll go to random.org. And how many pages? 113. So page 46. Oh, oopsies, didn't mean that. Page 46. Okay. And then between 1 and 48. Number 25. Wasn't it number 25 last time? Or was it 20? Maybe it was 27. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to not scroll up so much because I realised you couldn't see this section because of me being here. So 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They're all a bit like, meh. At the minute, aren't they? They're just headbands. 19, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24. Is that right? Yes, 24. So 25 is this one. Ooh. Ooh. That's kind of nice. And it's free. Is it in English? I did click English. Deutsch, isn't that German? If it says that, and that's French. Right, so we need 90 meters to 100 grams. I didn't see what thickness the yarn was. What is it? Super bulky. That might be tough for me. Do you have chunky? That's really pretty. I think that's really pretty. It's obviously cables, isn't it? So the projects, let's have a look at the projects. So people have made it and they've got smiley faces. Okay, it looks quite wide, doesn't it? Unless she's got a tiny, tiny head. I've got a massive head, so I might be alright. What's the comment? Thank you for sharing your creative pattern for this pretty design. Nice. And there's a forum post, which is her just saying it's a free pattern. Right, let's have a look at Simone Ryan then. What else does she do? 39 designs. Rust knitwear. Knitwear design with a love of rust colours. Ah, okay. This is nice. I'd get bored knitting in the same colour, would you? Like, I love rust, but I couldn't knit everything in rust. I'd be bored. I need a bit of variety in life when it comes to yarn. Before anyone gets any ideas, or Terry sees it and has a panic. Oh, okay. This is nice. So this is lines again, so this is obviously her thing. That's nice, I like that. Okay. So there's our headband. So it's quite an early design of hers, and it's one of the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th design. But maybe like it's joined with this because she's obviously got it on in that cowl. It is quite a big headband, super bulky. Right, if it's knitted flat, that would say to me that you knit it like long and then you sew it together, which means that I could do it in chunky. And then, yeah, I could do it in chunky, couldn't I? Because I quite like that. I don't really want to back out. One size fits most. Please check the headband fits around your head. It should be stretched a bit before you cast off. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm going to go with. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. So it's available for free. Where does that take me? To Langyan's website. Where's it gone? It flashed up, didn't it? Okay, let's try that again. Oh, okay. Okay. That's just a picture. And now it's gone again. Oh no, there it is. Right. Oh. Ah, okay. I need to print off this page then. Right, I'm going to try and do this double-sided if I can. Okay, this is boring for you, so I'm going to crack on with this and I will let you know when I have started the knitting. Yeah, I'm just going to do it in chunky. It'll be fine. It looks massive anyway, so it'll be fine, won't it? Yeah, it'll be fine. Right, I'm going to go. I'll see you in a bit. Hello. Okay, I bought the pattern. I haven't bought the pattern. It's a free download. I have the pattern. I looked for, I thought I had some chunky. I do have one ball of chunky. It's 100% acrylic. I kind of wanted to keep it for something else that I have in mind to do at a later date. So I decided I was going to get 2 DKs and hold them double. And I have found these 2. These were both gifted to me from King Cole. This is King Cole Drifter, which is a DK. It's 25% cotton, 6% wool and 69% premium acrylic. I can't speak. You get 100 grams, which is 329 yards for 300 meters. And this is shade 3431, which is called Delaware. So it's like a really, it's quite late now, it's dark outside, so it's probably not going to show the colour properly, but it's like pinks and creams and browns in there. This one is a lovely dusty pink colour and it matches really well, but I can't remember what it is. I've lost the label. I'm going to have a good look around for the label of it and see if I can remember what it is, but it was also gifted to me from King Cole. I have used it previous, that's why it's wrapped like this, but I can't remember what for. But I will look that up and see if I can figure out what it is, but I'm going to hold it double, hold these double together. I think that'll look quite nice. With it being super chunky, it's asking for an 8mm needle, which is a US 6, a US 11, but I'm going to use 6mm DPN because I'm assuming it's knitted flat, so I'll be able to get away with doing that. It says, the Lines Headband is a chunky and very warm headband. It's knitted flat, then sewn together to a twist at the end. It is decorated by a simple and very effective repeated line pattern. The instructions are all charted. However, I will explain the first 2 rows written to give you an idea of how to work the chart. Please read through the pattern carefully before starting. You will find abbreviation section at the end of this post. Oh, because it's not, I've printed it out, but it's not actually a printed pattern. It's just on a web page. So I've basically printed off the web page. So there is no like, it's not like a set out PDF or anything. It's not like aesthetically set out. It's just literally printed off a web page. So I can't like judge the pattern writing on how it looks because it's literally written on a written on a web page. Obviously this is just a straightforward headband. So it's not going to be all little bits and bobs like when I did the cup cozy. Because obviously that was all in little parts because it was like an animal thing. So this is probably going to be quite a quick video. But we'll see how it goes. So one size fits most, it says. This is why I've just decided to do it in chunky rather than in super chunky, because I'm assuming, yeah, you cast on 16 stitches and then you're just going to knit straight until it fits your head. So that's why one size fits all. It doesn't. Oh no, it's a set amount of rows. It's 70 rows. That's weird then, isn't it? Because not everyone, but people have different sized heads, like feet. So making it an exact length is quite surprising. Now I have a big head. Last time I measured it, which was quite a while ago, but last time I measured it, I was 25 inches around. That's a big head. So I know I've got a big head, so there's a possibility this won't fit me. But I will see. I will keep trying it as I go, and I will let you know what row I get to, bearing in mind the size of my head. I will re-measure my head as well, so I'm giving you exact, like an accurate measurement. Right, I'm going to cast on and get going. It is charted. There's only 2 rows that are written out to teach you how to do the chart, and then it's charted. So it's like a twisted rib pattern. Not a twisted rib, a twisted stitch. It's like a 2-stitch cable, basically. Oh, and it states at the end that the pattern is for personal use only. It must not be sold, distributed or copied. Fine. Any products that have been made by using this pattern systematically are not to be sold. All rights reserved, expecting errors and changes. As far as I'm aware, they're not allowed to say that, but whatever. I'm not going into that. Anyway, let's get cast on. Right, I've worked 2 rows. Not that you can see much. So it says, if your piece measures more than 11 centimetres after row 16, you have to use smaller needles. If it measures less than 11 centimetres after row 16, you have to use bigger needles. You've got to knit 16 rows before you know if you got gauge. Even it tells you gauge up there. But yeah, I'll just do this and see what happens. I feel like that's not wide enough for me. And I would want it a bit wider than that. But it might stretch out. We'll see what happens. I mean, I've got to do 16 rows before I know if it's going to fit me or not anyway. So, on we go. Okay. Right. So, the pattern says, look, tell me if this would just be me. So, cast on 16 stitches, and then your first 2 rows as written instructions. Row 1, row 2, continue with the chart, knit and chart that follows. And then I've jumped to the chart and I've just started the chart at row 1, but now I'm realising that was row 1 and row 2 and I should have started at row 3. So is that just me being stupid? Probably. I think it could have maybe been worded better. So my pattern does not line up, but also it's lost in the marl. So I'm going to change the yarn. I'm not going to use that lovely drifter yarn. It feels beautiful, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to find something else. I do I do really only have DK. I do have that chunky. I could use that chunky that I said about and find something else for what I'm thinking about. It's just that it's acrylic. I'm not a massive fan of acrylic. But now I've got something else I'm going to use. Oh, it's holding double, that's the problem. I do have a ball of yarn that you can do a centre pull or an outside pull. And I think I'll do that and hold it double. Right, I'm going to go and get that. Okay, so I've got this, which is West Yorkshire Spinners Pure DK. This is like it's like an olive green. I don't think it has the colour name on here, but this is a DK. It's 50 grams. Yes, 112 meters, 122 yards. It recommends a 4mm needle. It's 100% Falkland Islands wool. So I'm going to try this with a centre and an outside pull and hope that works. Right, it's the moment of truth. And I do have a DPN in my hair, yes. So what did it say? More than 11 centimetres after row 6, I've just hit row 16. So more than 11 centimetres, I have to use smaller needles. Less than 11 centimetres, I have to use bigger needles. Right, so here's my tape measure, and I don't think that's 11 centimetres. I'm nowhere near 11 centimetres. Right, I'm at 7 centimetres, and 11 is there. You can't see. There's 11, and I'm here. For the interest of people from the US, this is, so 11 centimetres is about there, like 4.25. So I need to use bigger needles. It is really dense. You can see the pattern better now in the green, but it is very dense. But then it's got to be a warm headband. I did also cast on extra because I wanted it a little bit wider. Maybe if I did bigger needles. I'm going to have to go to size 8, aren't I? I'm going to have to go to 8mm, a US 11. Right, I will do that. And I'll report back. It's about 11 o'clock at night now, so that I might not be reporting back today. But I will report back. And I'm sorry this is very close to my face. But it could be here. So right. I will whip this out again. And I'll be back with the next installment. Right, yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Right, I've pulled it out and I've got 8. I only have really short size 8 DPNs. I do have 8 on in my Chiagu interchangeables. So if it doesn't fit on these, I'll swap to that. But I just don't really want to be messing about with a cable, because I think I've only got long ones at the minute. I'm not sure. I'm going to try and do it on this. Like chopsticks. Nope. Right, anyway. Okay, so I've recast on with size 8s. Barely fits. I've only cast on the 16 stitches this time, not 18, because it is wide enough with the 8s, 8mm. This is US 11 I'm talking about. I will show you. Yeah, barely fits. This is it. This is the 16 rows again. So let us, please excuse my rug, but my cats had a fight on it earlier. They're both fine. It was Fion, the grey cat, and the new kitten, Dax, who's ginger. I'm sure there's clumps of ginger hair as well, but you can't see it in the rug. They're both fine. There's Dax, and that's Mr. Pickle. Fion is out, but yeah, he is fine. I promise. Are you fine, Dax? Proof of life. There we go. Proof of life. He's good. But yeah, they had a tussle, and They were actually only play fighting, but there's a fair amount of grey tufts on the carpet. Anyway. Oh, right. So now it is at 9 centimetres, which is like 3.5 approximately inches. I'll check my gauge. I'll see what my gauge is compared to what she says it should be. I've got 14 stitches over 20 rows and she is asking for 12 stitches over 14 rows. So our row gauge is way off. So I'm still knitting slightly tighter. I know I'm on chunky yarn rather than super chunky. I think I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to stick to this gauge. I'll do the 70 rows, see how it fits my head. And if I need to go longer, I'll just repeat a section of the pattern again. Right, I'm going to bed now because it's really late. It's like 11:30. It's after 11:30 p.m. It's coming up to 12 and I have to be up early. So I'm heading to bed and I will do more on this tomorrow. Right, so I've worked my 70. It's a bit hard to show you, but that is all the repeats. And it kind of comes to here on my head. It's going to need like at least another repeat, I think. It does stop like in the middle of a repeat. It doesn't like complete it, which is weird. But then it kind of begins halfway through a repeat, so maybe that's what it is. I'm going to do one full repeat and see what that's like. I can't exactly show you how it fits while I'm holding the camera, but it's like, I mean obviously it's got overstretch, but it is like quite small on me, but I have a big head. I do have a big head. So I'm going to do that, and I don't know what I've done with my hair, but I'm going to do that and I will come back. Right, you can tell I've been faffing. Trying the headband on. It fits now after one more repeat. So now I've got a cast off on the wrong side row, cast off on row 70, cast off on the wrong side row 70. Do not break the pattern on the right side. Cut the thread but leave it long enough to sew the two sides together. So it's got row 70 on there, but it doesn't want you to actually knit it, so that's weird. I haven't, but that's purely because coincidental. Yeah, look, that is row 70 across the top, the pearl dots, but then it says cast off on row 70, cast off on the wrong side row 70. So it shouldn't really be on the chart, should it? Cut thread, leave it long enough to sew the sides together. And then we've got images of how to sew it together. Oh, this is not how I do it. Okay, so she's telling you to fold, lay them together, lay the right side first, and then you fold it like this. But then it's showing you, if you've watched my free video for a headband, look, that's how I would do it. So I don't know what she's on about with that beginning bit. It just seems complicated. Right, so I'm going to cast it off and make it, and I'll stick it on my head and show you. Yeah, it's not the best written pattern. It's also going to need blocking because it is curly as poop. But yeah, I'll sort it first and then I will. I might block it before I sew it. I think I'll block it before I sew it, so you won't see me again. I'm going to cast it off now and then I'm going to block it. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. so now I need to sew it together. It's grown a lot in blocking. It's gonna be too big for me. I didn't even really stretch it. Oh, it fits without stretch, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Right, see if you can see my knee. So her instructions for sewing this up, let's see what she says. Lay your work down with the right side facing upwards. Now fold the bottom half up and align half of the top side with half of the bottom as shown in the picture. So I think she means like this, because it looks like that. Now fold half the bottom side around the top side from left to right. So she's like gone like this. And step 3 is fold half the top side around the bottom side from right to left. I think, yeah, that's what she's done. Okay, so you do make the sandwich thing, and then she shows the sandwich, sewing it together. So yeah, I just fold them like that and then slot them in. Okay, so I'm going to sew this together. Hello, so the headband is done. Now it did stretch due to blocking, and that's not super, oh, is it superwash? I can't remember, you know. I'll look it up. I don't know whether it is superwash or not, but it did stretch a fair amount, and there's not a lot of stretch to it, but I do like it. It's pretty. I think it would look nicer in the super chunky. I think it would make these sit out, because if you remember, I didn't have super chunky, I didn't really have chunky, so I've used double-stranded DK. So I think the mini cables would stand out more in the super chunky, but I do still like it, so I haven't tried it on yet. So yeah, it's a bit too big. That's totally my fault though, because of the blocking. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I mean, I haven't got a camera. There we go. How beautiful is that? Right, let me do something. This is what, I don't wear them like that. I wear them with a ponytail. So, let me just, this is how I would normally wear a headband, which is going to make it worse because I've got a big lump. It's going to make it worse because I've got less hair on my head, so my head will be smaller. I do have a massive head. So if you remember, I did do an extra repeat than the pattern called for because it didn't fit me at all in where she told me to stop. Right. Okay. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It is curling around there though. It's not, and it's nice, fits over my ears nicely, which is what I like. I want my ears warm. That's the point of a headband for me. I want warm ears. I'm not bothered about the rest of it because the rest of it is warm with this. But I want these nice and warm. And then, so that's not too bad. It is a bit loose, but there is an extra repeat in there. So I think next time I did it, I wouldn't do that extra repeat, even though it only came to here, but in the blocking it would probably be just right. Yeah, I mean, I look like a clip, but whatever, leave that up for now. I'm boiling. I did use Pure DK wool, no, not wool warehouse, West Yorkshire Spinners, Pure DK. Got about half a ball left. I can't find my scales. Totally unorganised. But I've got about half a ball left. If I find my scales before I finish editing, I will pop on the screen how much is left out of the 50-gram ball. But happy with my headband. Again, Ravelry Roulette, Russian Roulette was a success. Now, the pattern, not the best written pattern, I have to say. Just because I think it's not actually a written out pattern, it's off a website. So it's just written for a website. So there's no formatting, obviously, when you print it. It's literally just plonked in a long line. It's okay, but it's very basic, I think is the term I need. It's very basic of what you're looking for. And that bit where you've got it's got a gauge swatch thing, but then it's telling you about swapping to different needles depending on your first repeat, measuring either less than or more than 11 centimeters. That was a weird one. And mine was nowhere near, which is why I went up needle sizes. The chart, there's no real need for it to be the way it is. It's like a really long chart with every single row in it, but it's just the same pattern repeat. So they could have really just did the pattern repeat and said, do this 5 times or whatever it is. So yeah, that's a strange one. Was that everything? There was some funny word in somewhere, wasn't there? That's right. Row 70 is in the chart, which is the pearl row, but then it tells you to cast off on that row, so that's a bit of an error. Yeah, and then the twist is, although there's photos, she uses complicated wording. I think she does it in a bit of a complicated way, really, where you could just fold them and slot them together, which is how I've been taught to do it, and the only way I've ever seen do it. But she does it a different way. It's how you get taught, I suppose. But yeah, overall it's a free pattern, and I have said before, I don't think you can ever really expect a lot when it's a free pattern. I think you have to be prepared to kind of wing things a bit. I think you have to be prepared to fill in the blanks, don't you? So I mean, some free patterns are amazing, but some are not. So, and this is in the middle, I would say. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible either. I got what the picture suggests. That's all you can ask for. Yeah, I think the fact that it tells you, she doesn't give you any measurements and she just tells you to knit to this length and then that's it, you're done. Like, everybody's head is different. Like I said at the beginning, my head is massive. So I know that a lot of things, like I really need to go back and redesign a lot of my hat patterns because they're made big. And I need to go back and put in smaller sizes because not everybody has a massive head. And yeah, if I'm right in thinking that the original size of that would have fit me, and I didn't need that extra repeat, then she needs a smaller size in there. It's kind of assuming that everyone's head's the same size. So yeah, but it's a free pattern. So I'm happy. Don't really know what else I can say about it. I do like it. It feels lovely and soft, but that's the yarn. So there we go. That was another episode of Russian Roulette. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. and I will definitely do more. I've got a few more different things coming up over the next few weeks, and I want to kind of keep these to like a monthly thing. So I don't want to be rouletting everything that I knit. It's quite stressful. You don't know what you're gonna get. So I don't want to roulette everything. I want my own stuff too, but I'm gonna try and do it once a month. So yeah. So you won't see a Russian roulette for a little bit, but I will be back with more, I promise, because it is so much fun. And a lot of you said you want to try it yourselves, and seriously, you really should. Also, a lot of you said that it taught you how to navigate Ravelry a little bit better, and that blew me away. I didn't realise that that was a thing. It's one of them things, isn't it? If you know it, you just think everybody else does. So I'll maybe do some little like tutorial things on that if you want me to, just let me know. But I have had one person ask me for a certain tutorial on Ravelry, so I'll have a look and maybe do a little Ravelry series for you. But yes, keep me in work, guys. Keep me going. Keep me busy. Right. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new and you've just found me, it would be lovely if you could click the subscribe button and the bell and everything so that you are alerted whenever I post a lovely video for you. And give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.